our stock of small magnets, thick and thin. This is a full stock Linexo box on a rack, which is a little bit of overkill. So now a little bit less of overkill. The box fits a lot better next to a 2-tab. Now we have a little Kanban on there underneath it when to order it, and it's a lot better. My tape trolley, when it needs to come across to the other side of pre-packing, does not fit with the bubble wrap on the top. As good as it was, it wasn't very practical on this side of the building as it is slope. So now I have a shorter version, just chop the top off, and now it fits perfect even in the lowest side of the pre-packing, and I can take it with me without getting stuck on the cladding on the top. This definitely needs patching up. Now the top of the tape trolley is a lot more secure and it looks a lot neater as well. We've had a little bit of an emergency on the cardboard where the belt of the machine has been slid through by the problems with the blade when it's cutting the card. So we're going to try and fix it with some fabric tape and hopefully that'll sort the problem. So with a slower application than this, it worked pretty well, and after a second with stick it works fine. What's been bugging me was the printer burying my keyboard every day. So with little help and little modification, I've got a little baby catcher. To avoid further patch repair, we've got a new way of hanging the sign on it. Now the Express trolley has a very premium board and the sign is stuck on magnets.
My biro had gone walkabouts again, so I just replaced it with a new one. I also made a home for the staples at nesting, so I don't have to go to the office every time I need to replace them. I also gave the deburring tool blades a proper home on the workbench, and thanks to Jake for making this missing label for me.
This bracket's been one of our most popular during the summer. Normally it would be stacked up here and it would take about 8 or 9 steps to grab them when we're packing them. I've now halved that down to about 4 steps by putting them in here, making the process more efficient. Thank you.
All labelled up, deburrer, turn to press plate 1, where home is. Okay, now move the old one, don't need that anymore, move that bracket as well. Lovely, thank you very much. So I noticed with the deburrer, as I was doing this improvement, that there is no label for the deburrer and where to find it. And notice that the older deburrer is sitting behind here. There's a sign there, so I'm going to change that.
This wall's a bit of a mess, so I'm going to tidy it up, putting the things I use most closer to the bench. I've tidied up and moved some things around, labelled things. Looks a lot better when I found it.
So Damien's made this little jig, so when we normally get products through, you have to keep picking them up and moving them around, and it's just a lot of effort. So he made this just so you can spin them around. And then also if you take the top part off and put this on the floor, now rather than having to lift up parcel boxes or anything you've got when you're putting it down to the tables, you can spin it around, making the job much easier.
The CS001s haven't got a label to tell you where they're restocked from, so we're going to fix that. There we go, much better. You can now see where they're restocked from.
Right, so final part to this racking. So now we've got the yellow brackets installed at the bottom with some dividers on and all labelled up.
A few weeks ago I found this report on Linwork, so it's called a composite report. So you type in the SKU and you can see what compositions that SKU is part of. So this one here is part of all of these different compositions. Now it took me about another 5 minutes to find it this time, so I can't remember what it's called. So I'm going to have a little note up there to remind myself next time. So I've now got a little note up there on the screen, so it tells me where to find that again. Just saves future Jake a few seconds trying to find it.
It's a great job everyone. Thank you very much.